Tonight, I'm not here to motivate you, I'm here to confront you, but you need to hear me out for once till the end. Because if your life hasn't changed yet, if you're still waiting, still working toward it, still telling yourself it's coming, then you are stuck in a loop most people never escape. And it's not because you're lazy, it's not because you lack discipline, it's not even because you don't believe enough.
It's because you are still mentally standing in the wrong place.
Let me take you into a moment. It's 11:47 p.m, you're lying in bed, lights off, phone in your hand, you just watched another video, another strategy, another "this will change your life." And for a few minutes, you feel it. Hope, energy, possibility, and then
that momentary high fades and the quiet voice returns.
Nothing has actually changed. So what do? You try again tomorrow, you visualize again, you plan again, you push again.
But listen carefully. That cycle is not progress. It is emotional addiction to almost.
And almost is the most dangerous place to live, because it feels like movement, but it produces no arrival. Now let me show you something most people never see. There are two kinds of people in this world, not rich versus poor, not successful versus unsuccessful.
There are those who are constantly approaching life, and those who are living after it.
The first group, they talk about what they're going to do, they imagine what's coming, they feel excited about what happened.
The second group, they move differently, they think differently, they feel done.
Not because everything is perfect, but because internally, it already is. And this is where everything changes. You've been taught to chase your future. ZestifyUp is here to teach you something far more powerful. You don't chase your future. You remember it.
Let that hit you.
Because the moment you stop trying to reach your life and start remembering it, you remove the biggest block, time. Let me show you how deep this goes. There was a guy, same as you, ambitious, smart, trying. He had vision boards, affirmations, goals written everywhere. But every night, he still felt behind, because no matter how hard he tried, he was always standing here. I don't have it yet.
One day, something shifted. Not outside, inside.
Instead of asking, how do I get there? He asked a different question. What does it feel like after it's been mine for a while? And that question changed everything.
He stopped imagining success happening. He stopped replaying the moment of arrival. And instead, he sat in a version of his life where success was already normal.
No excitement, no hype, no intensity, just certainty.
I remember when this all came together.
And something strange happened. His anxiety dropped. His urgency disappeared. His need to figure it out vanished.
Because from that place, there was nothing to fix.
And when there's nothing to fix, you stop resisting. And when you stop resisting, things start moving. Calls came in, opportunities aligned, people showed up.
Not because he chased them, but because he was no longer standing before them. He had moved after.
Let's understand this further. You need to stop standing at the doorway of your desire. Everyone rushes to imagine the moment, the dramatic yes, the first kiss, the job offer call, the triumphant breakthrough. It's cinematic, it's intense, it feels powerful, but it's also where doubt lives. Because when you place your mind at the exact moment of fulfillment, you're still reaching, still wanting, still asking, will this happen? Instead, step past the climax of the story. Go further. Place yourself 3 months after everything you want has already unfolded. The relationship has settled into something warm and familiar. The job is no longer the dream job. It's just your job. Your routines have formed. Your life has quietly reshaped itself around this new reality. Now look around. Nothing is explosive. Nothing is overwhelming. It feels normal. You wake up and there's no disbelief, no urgency, no grasping, just a quiet certainty. This is my life now. That's the state you want. Because in that space, desire is gone. There's no chasing, no hoping, no questioning, only ownership, stability, inevitability. So don't visualize the fireworks. Visualize the morning 3 months later, when the extraordinary has become ordinary and what you once longed for feels so natural, you almost forget you ever wanted it.
Now, listen carefully.
Because this is where most people mess it up again. They hear this, and they try to act like it's done. They fake confidence. They force calmness. They pretend.
No, that's not it. This is not performance. This is placement.
You are not acting as if. You are remembering from. That's a completely different energy.
Stop acting as if your goal still has effort. Projecting yourself 3 months beyond your desire is not effort. It is memory, and memory never strains. You don't try to remember what you had for breakfast last week. You don't force yourself to believe in something that already happened. You simply know, quietly, naturally, without resistance. That's the shift. When you place your mind at the moment of achievement, you are still reaching forward. There is tension there, anticipation, a subtle question lingering underneath it all. Is this real yet? But when you move 3 months ahead, something profound happens. The desire is no longer a desire. It has dissolved into your past. Now you're not visualizing, you're recalling, not hoping but remembering, not chasing but standing inside the aftermath. And in that space there is zero effort, because effort belongs to uncertainty, and memory belongs to certainty. That is the exact point on the invisible timeline of your life, where imagination stops behaving like fantasy and begins solidifying into reality. It's no longer something you're trying to make happen. It's something that, in your mind, has already happened. So completely, so naturally, that your inner world stops arguing with it. And when there is no argument left, no tension, no reaching, no doubt, reality has nothing left to resist.
So here's what I want you to do tonight. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready.
Tonight, close your eyes, and I want you to go further than you've ever gone before.
Not to the moment you win, not to the moment it happens. Go 6 months beyond it, where your dream life is just your life, where the money is just numbers on a screen, where the relationship is just part of your routine, where the success is no longer shocking.
And from that place, I want you to whisper something quietly. I remember when everything changed.
Feel that. No fireworks, no intensity, just truth.
Now here's where ZestifyUp gets real with you.
If you keep living like this, doesn't matter. If you go back to trying tomorrow, if you keep standing before your life,
nothing will change. Not because it can't, but because you won't let it.
This is your moment to decide. Are you going to keep chasing a life that never arrives? Or are you finally going to step into the version of you who is already living it?
Because one version of you is tired, stressed, waiting.
And the other version is calm, certain, unbothered.
And they are separated by one thing: where you stand in your mind.
If this hit you, I want you to do something right now. Drop a comment, I remember.
Not I hope, not I want, I remember.
Because that is the identity you are stepping into. And if you're serious about changing your life, not just watching content, join ZestifyUp.
This is not motivation. This is transformation.
We don't teach you to chase success. We teach you to become the version of you that success is already normal for. And once you become that, everything else follows.
So tonight, don't visualize, don't hope, don't try.
Remember, and let your life catch up to you.